Carla Ward with her new deal. And, renewed confidence, you'd think, from that. Got to make you feel the courage of your convictions even more, you would think. It's already pulled off some sensational results this season, none more so than against the side she's about to face here. City have not lost a home game in this division since November 2021. That is the task facing Villa here. But they've got happy recent memories, at least the other way round. This WL season began with such a bang. It was an opening weekend full of stories, not least the meeting of these two. Villa stunning everyone, City and perhaps even themselves included, by winning 4-3. It was Villa's first home win in 3 days short of a calendar year, and it set the tone for a much better season. City lost the following weekend as well, but have been excellent since. A mighty 11 wins and 1 draw from 12 games played. Nigh on perfect. City pushing hard in and amongst that top 4 as usual. Maybe those 4 just pulling away to some degree. Villa, one of several clubs aiming perhaps to be the best of the rest. When you've won 11 out of 12, no real need to change anything, and Gareth Taylor hasn't. Not at all today. This starting 11 exactly as it was last time out on league duty, with the new look midfield seemingly stronger by the week. And Bunny Shaw already into double figures for goals, helped by the quality of Kelly and Hemp either side of her. Carla Ward has that new deal as Villa coach as of this week. She too was named an unchanged side. So the New Year recruits, Staniforth and Nobbs, keep their places, while the summer arrivals, Daly and Daly, well, they'll hope to continue what's been a sensational start. Between them, involved in just about every Villa goal this season, including 3 of the 4 scored against City at the start of this season. Cracking home form and a much better season now. The problem is, in the 22-match campaign, you don't have much room for error. Manchester City losing their first 2 league games already put them on the back foot. A little mini version, if you like, of what happened to them last term when they had so many injuries and a bad start crushed any chances really of them genuinely having a slant at the title. But in Bunny Shaw they have a wonderful forward in form. A dozen goals already across League Cup in Europe, only 1 ahead of Rachel Daly on the other side. There she is. There must be goals today, surely. We can only hope for half as much fun as we enjoyed in September's curtain raiser. Villa 2 up by the half hour. City 3-2 in front within 10 minutes of the restart. Villa level by the hour and then winning it with a goal 15 minutes from time. It was a 4-3 thriller. Same again, please. Players take a knee. The continued stance, throw equality and anti-discrimination, and away we go. The opening match of this latest WSL weekend. And let's see if these two can serve up the kind of quality and entertainment they did when the season kicked off in September. Manchester City will expect to defend rather better. Quite a few of those Villa goals coming from City mistakes that day. Pacheco with the first foul, 30 seconds in. Cheryl Foster, today's referee, incidentally. All eyes on Bunny Shaw, who's lurking at the back of the D with the equally but differently dangerous Hemp behind her. Partially clear. Ellie Roebuck gets it back. Hasegawa forward, that's a good ball. Hemp, all she ever really wants is a chance to go one-on-one. She's taking on Mailing here, and it is a dangerous ball into Shaw. Well defended. And having had the first free kick of the game, we're going to have the first quarter of the game, all inside 90 seconds here. Good start, Manchester City. Never needs a second invitation to go at full-back, Lauren Hemp. Oh, Bunny Shaw to shoot. Deep corner. You could hear the cry of Anna Leet, who came and got there with a decent fist. Been in for quite a long time ahead of Hannah Hampton for, shall we say, various reasons. And Villa on the counter. Good strength from Hanson there. She's got it back here, Kirsty Hanson. And was it kept in? It was. Ellie Roebuck. Kirsty Hanson on loan from Manchester United. Staniforth coming in from them as well. Nobbs from Arsenal recently. Dali, Daly, all new. Basically that front six. Laura Blinkilder was at Aston Villa last term, but not really a regular. Such a different looking side. Actually did a fair bit of recruitment last summer as well. It's only their third WSL season following promotion in the spring of 2020, Aston Villa, so you'd expect building, but it's been ambitiously done. And they've been, I suppose, impressively all or nothing. 8 wins and 6 defeats across the various competitions, Aston Villa this term. Not a single draw yet. Kelly holding off the challenge of Pacheco. Greenwood. Really good, Alex, says Gareth Taylor from the touchline. Less good from Deyna Castellanos. That is not a good clearance. It's gifted to Hemp, who's pulled it back for Bunny Shaw. That's a huge sigh of relief for Villa. They really have dodged a bullet there. Back quickly again, though. Living dangerously. Bunny Shaw. Corner. Well, it was City playing out that brought Villa goals on the opening day of the season. 3 times over, really. It's Aston Villa dicing here. Leet first up. And then here, blind pass. Well defended. Anna Patton, perfectly timed challenge. Deeper corner this time. Easily gathered. Quickly bowled out as well. Greenwood to Hemp. See how often she gets double-teamed on that side. She'll hope not very much. Greenwood again. Chunky challenge coming in. All of a sudden, Coombs is here for City. And Shaw. And Kelly. Tight angle. Good hit. Wrong side of the post from her point of view, but that was clean. They look in a pouncy mood here, Man City. Soon as Villa just opened that door, they're trying to force their way through it. That's a confident strike. Not actually scored yet, Chloe Kelly. WSL goal this season. It's pleased to be, from her point of view, hopefully getting a full campaign. We all know the glory with which last season ended for her, but on the sidelines for most of it. Didn't actually play until the April, Chloe Kelly. I think it's fair to say she made up for it on England duty. Mailing back to Patton. Staniforth, that deep roll out to the left side. Sarah Mailing here, one of the few regulars of last season who's still a regular this time around. Pacheco too, the other fullback. And a Patton, who was here for a chunk of time last term on loan from Arsenal, doing it again this time around. Kennedy become quite the regular partner for Greenwood in what was an extended absence of Steph Horton, who is on City's bench today. Strong-looking bench it is too. Villa's is still small in terms of number, but they do have Corsi and Littlejohn back, incidentally, should that become a factor later on. It's nicely worked between Leila Wahabi, Coombs and Hemp. Greenwood calm after pressure from Daly, who's demanding more from those behind her by the sounds of it. Rachel Daly. Hemp. Nicely done again. It's just so dangerous almost every time, making something happen or nearly happen. Not quite for sure then. Here's Dali. Nicely worked. Blinkilder was generally starting on the right side of this attack, and making the run here is Jordan Nobbs. Making that run, it appears, a fraction too soon. Must be very strange to not be with Arsenal after 13 years. New environment for Jordan Nobbs. Coombs sliced that one off the ankle. Real beneficiary, Laura Coombs, of the midfield exodus from Manchester City in the summer. In fairness to them, can't think of any club at any level that would be able to deal seamlessly with what they had to deal with. To lose Bronze at the back, then Kira Walsh and Caroline Weir and Georgia Stanway. It's ripping the heart out the side, really. So it's been good that Coombs, who was here already, can step in, but she's now been ever present, which certainly wasn't the case previously. With Hasegawa in from West Ham and Deyna Castellanos with the Spanish influx, along with Leila Wahabi here, fullback. Hemp in for Coombs. Has already got more goals this season than last because she's playing so much more. Miscontrol from Alex Greenwood. Don't expect to see that. One-year contract extension during the week. Vindication for good work done by Carla Ward. I mentioned they're flitting between victory and defeat. The last 5 have genuinely alternated between them. Last time out, an excellent first half comeback to beat Tottenham, 1 down, but 2-1 up by the end. Technically, that sequence should mean defeat today. Man City's home record would suggest it, but we shall see. Not too many chances yet. Villa nearly the architects of their own downfall a few times early on. Seems to have settled a bit now. Ellie Roebuck here. Nicely worked. We haven't seen Pacheco getting forward yet. First chance for that here, and Kennedy couldn't take any chances. I wonder if she got a call from Ellie Roebuck there. First moment that Rachel Daly's had to think, I might be in here. You see the movement out and then in. I think she probably did get a call. Let's have a look if Kennedy leaves this for her keeper. She did. Alex Greenwood had very little time to get out the way. Could have gone wrong, that. Roebuck, like Kelly, had to wait till the new year for football last term. All sorts going on between the posts for Manchester City in the early part of last season, that's for sure. Taib playing, and young Kiara Keating, who's now been loaned out. Bardsley and Roebuck unavailable. Foul by Bunny Shaw here. Chance for Villa to put some quality into that City box. There's a tread on the foot. Not sure how much she'd have known about it, in fairness. Not a great delivery, as it turns out, from Lucy Staniforth. Mailing, though, that was lovely control. And well shepherded out by Hemp. Good pressure. Roebuck only just got rid of that in time, you know. It's Greenwood. Layla Wahabi. More good pressure, this time from Laura Blinkild. Stealing in, sharp in the challenge in there. Referee Cheryl Foster, I think, was about to blow, just waited to see if there was going to be an advantage. There wasn't, so the free kick now comes. Some high-tempo, tasty challenges going on in there. The pressure from Nobbs immediately on Hasegawa, who's done really well to play around that. The ball was the right idea. I'm not sure if Hemp's going to get there. She did. It was already out of play, I suspect. She'll try, but it was out. Was very nicely worked by her in the middle there, Yui Hasegawa. She was under real pressure there. Little lay off the movement. High quality. Blinkilder. Here's the run of Kenza Dali. Not seen much of in this game so far. She's won a corner here. A great signing, Villa's new number 10. A good hit on debut in the home win over City in September. Part of the Everton influx at Villa in the summer. And with Danielle Turner. Decent delivery, found the head, flicked on. Kirsty Hanson originally, and a pattern at the end of it. Speed that's being played with. Kennedy, experienced Australian international. Was new for last season from Tottenham, and once she'd had the odd injury issue herself, was hugely important. Horton out for so long, Bronze for so long. City had Georgia Stanway playing at right back in the early part of the season. All sorts of goalkeeping issues, midfield as well. But what they did have as mainstays really were Greenwood and Stokes on the left side of defence, and Lauren Hemp on the left side of the attack. Kira Walsh mostly. Huge summer surgery. There's the man overseeing all of it. Not only essentially the entire midfield trio, but Lucy Bronze and Ellen White as well. Still have 5 Lioness Euro winners in this squad, Man City. And Barnsley, Jill Scott retiring as well. And yet, finding the results after just that poor start. It wasn't just the 2 league defeats, incidentally, also a very disappointing, as there had been the same point the year before, actually, a Champions League qualifying defeat. Well, that's given away rather cheaply. Here's Nobbs, couldn't make it count. Staniforth straight into it. Daly, Hanson. Hungrily won back by Mayumi Pacheco. Just those sorts of things that City did and were punished for when these two met in September. He's lost a fair bit of leadership with those that went. And a fair few medals too. Albeit, plenty coming in with Deyna Wahabi, that's for sure. Barcelona team all conquering. Good chase on and well dealt with by Turner. No mucking about for Anna Leet. Another second and Bunny Shaw would have been there. Kennedy going down the channel for Kelly. Strong and calm in defence, Danielle Turner, excellent. Started every single league match since coming from Everton in the summer. Turner. Dan Turner again for Patton. Not to be rushed here, Aston Villa. There's a clip there, spotted by the referee. No arguments from Chloe Kelly either. You could see it and you could hear it. I think she'll be pleased enough. Limited goal hungry Manchester City side to not too much. And we've gone past the quarter mark of the game. Chloe Kelly, powerful strike that was wide. A couple of shaky moments, but only when Villa gave it away, not because City got in behind them. Mailing trying to do that the other end now as Deyna Wahabi comes across to cover. Nobbs. Cannons clear for Daly to try and help it back in. Pacheco here under pressure from Kelly. She's done well, Mayumi Pacheco. Hanson. Oh, it's dangerous. Nearly dropped for Daly. Does drop for Blinkhilde. It was the shoulder blade, was it, of Leila Wahabi that took that over? Maybe the back of the head. In comes the resulting corner, right into the mix. Sagawa had to turn back there, waiting for more to arrive for any potential counter. Here it comes now. No, Kelly can't quite get there. Bunny Shaw can have quiet periods within games and then just appear. Did it plenty for Bordeaux. He's increasingly doing it for him. Dali just got lost there. Leighton Mayling trying to play it cool, but when Lauren Hemp's around, easier said than done. Coombs keeps it moving. Here's Greenwood. Good ball, and well held up by Bunny Shaw. Oh, lovely pass. What a goal this is. What a goal. Castellanos breaking from midfield, beautifully worked. She's normally on the end of those herself, Bunny Shaw, but she has got a killer assist here. That is gorgeous. Man City 1, Aston Villa 0. The first WSL goal, and it's the finishing touch on a quite super Manchester City move. Look at this. Also delicate from the moment Hemp had helped win it back just a few seconds before this. It's a classy pass, that, from Bunny Shaw, and a classy finish to match. Deyna Castellanos, new for this season, a regular since arriving from Atletico. She has her first WSL goal. Really nicely done. He's just thinking how little Elite had had to do in this game. And the ball's been in her net now. Goal's not a problem for her by any stretch in the previous life. Maybe they'll start to flow regularly for City now. Scored 10 and 13 in her last 2 campaigns with Atletico. There only one for City before this in qualification for the Champions League, which, as we know, ultimately was not a success. Doubly painfully, trebly painfully, losing out to Real Madrid, for whom Caroline Weir not only played but scored. Daly. Deflection. Awkward. Oh, it's dropped here for Hanson. What a save, but it's not going to matter because it's all square. Almost immediately. And a quizzical look. I don't know how that went in, she says, but it went in. Ellie Roebuck's had nothing to do. And half an hour in, it's 1-1, and maybe we've got another goal fest brewing between these two. Wouldn't be a Villa goal without Rachel Daly involved in it. Her cross, deflected, that made it awkward, could have gone anywhere, really. Off Esme Morgan. It's that deflection there, just dropped beautifully for Hanson, and then a huge deflection off Kennedy. Even with a slip in there, it's a scrappy, messy goal, but they all count. Nothing like the beauty of Manchester City's opener, and every bit as important. 1-1. That lead kind of lasted more than 3 minutes. They're trying to get it again here, City. It was headed for Shaw, and there were 4 City players in the box there. Dali willing to take it in a tight squeeze, but that touch was a heavy one. City have won it back high. Castellanos has gone for a worldie from a million miles out, and that has absolutely poleaxed her. Castellanos got hold of this and then some. Dan Turner felt the force of it. Have a look at this. Goodness me. You would have to think there's a chance of concussion here. And they will have to make absolutely certain that there isn't if Dan Turner is to continue. That was a rocket for the confident boot of Castellanos, one suspects. Maybe if she hadn't just scored, she wouldn't have been taking on a shot from there. Arguably better placed options right and left. And she's gone for it. And Dan Turner has copped it. Well, that reaction there would suggest that she thinks she's okay, but sadly, the players themselves are generally the worst judge of such things. There was the more delicate side of Deyna Castellanos earlier on. And then the mess that brought Villa level. All counts the same. It's even a slip in there and another deflection. Kirsty Hanson's second league goal since coming from Manchester United on loan. Got one in the cup as well in the win at Sheffield United. Turner walking pretty well for someone who's just taken a blow that heavy. The game that was going at quite a lick. It's just had a lengthy stoppage there. Turner back on the field now. just taking a bit longer than she had. Staniforth to Turner. Daly and Hanson interested momentarily. Alana Kennedy well placed to clear. It's just gone into a little bit of a lull, this. Seems okay, which is saying something. It says plenty for the chops on Dan Turner. No glass jaw there. Colleague and a pattern here, getting it back to Leet. Got in basically from the end of September when Hannah Hampton was dropped for both club and country, and Leet has stayed in since. We've got a few ex-Hammers on show here. Mayumi Pacheco included there. And Hasegawa. Chance for two. Flag does go up. You're waiting for it, and indeed it did. Even if Daly's shot had gone in, it would not have counted. There's your flag. Now that connection, Dali and Daly, good decision. Carla Ward talking pre-match about the fact that they'd barely scored a goal this season that didn't involve at least one of them, if not both. Another former Hammer there, Kenza Dali. They're everywhere. Kennedy was desperate not to just get rid of that. City trying to play out from the back. It could cost them here. Staniforth forward. Got back in to win it back. Hasegawa getting it to Roebuck, and now up to Shaw, who won her side of the bargain with the flick. Look at that. Aston Villa with slightly more of the ball here. It's a much more level playing field than in previous years, with Villa as a new club. Obviously, they've not had that many WSL meetings. They'd all been Man City wins till the start of this season. Just a reminder, the last two trips here for Villa have ended 5-0 and 7-0. Do I need to say not in their favour? Here goes Lauren Hemp. Blatant foul by Patton, but Hemp strong enough to keep going anyway. Don't know if she was trying to cut that back for Chloe Kelly running in at the far post or going for goal. Either way, it didn't work. But as usual, Hemp has defenders frightened when she runs. Just so dangerous. Club and country. I think it would be mainly about the assists, but she was Man City's top WSL goal scorer last term, Lauren Hemp. Into double figures and scored in the cup final. Got a couple in the league and one in Europe this time so far. Lauren Hemp. Dali coming short. Not quite enough room to play in over there with Hanson. Hanson A bit of a mess of the first clearance, but has found Pacheco second time around. Dali. Right idea, just too much on it. Well, one back in the middle of the park there. This is Staniforth coming from Manchester United for more regular game time and getting it instantly. But pretty well travelled, to be fair. Early years, Sunderland and Lincoln, Bristol, Liverpool, Birmingham. Before Manchester United, and now Aston Villa. Hanson looking for another here. The collision is between defender and goalkeeper. Greenwood and Roebuck. Onside this time, I think because of Alex Greenwood. This part was excellent. It's just that touch there. It's a fraction too heavy, and it invites Ellie Roebuck to come get it, which she did. Potentially to some personal cost here. Didn't look too heavy a connection with Alex Greenwood. But who knows, maybe it was. Good commitment from goalkeeper and from centre half. Well, he'd have been under no illusions, regardless of how well his team have been playing lately and how good their home form is. He's seen this Villa side at close quarters this term already. Just have a look here. Was it right hip of Greenwood? Maybe then the right elbow on the top of the head. There'll be a fair bit to add on, you'd think. As well as the 90 seconds we've got left here. 2 potential head injuries, couple of goals as well. Only a victory will take Manchester City level with Arsenal and Man U. And bear in mind, they would have played 1 game more. Everyone else in action tomorrow in this division. Greenwood. Didn't want to lump it. Might now wish that she had done. Daly into Blinkilde. Kenza Dali couldn't get there, but arguably couldn't get there because of the referee. Having not touched the ball, she can't blow the whistle there. Not unless she's absolutely certain, and with her back to play, she couldn't be. That's a little bump from Sarah Mailing, and the pressure on Manchester City is relieved. But you can see again there, Alex Greenwood really didn't want to just get rid, and you can understand it, but it will bring issues, and it did then. And it could have brought a much bigger issue than it did. Carla Ward's side looking that they might be able to catch City again, if not on the break, then just when they overplay from the back, and we know how successful that was in September. Off the head of Staniforth, flicked on by Bunny Shaw. There you go, 3 added minutes, and into the first of them now. Fed up with being the bridesmaids, really. Man City, 4 times the runners-up in the WSL. Coombs got a piece of that forward towards Shaw. Really got her involved, apart from that excellent opening goal. It's Morgan round to Kennedy. Morgan getting out the way. Here she is again, Esme Morgan. Fit to play this season and regular, especially with Lucy Bronze gone, of course. Here's Bunny Shaw. Doing their best to battle through, demanding a free kick. Referee Cheryl Foster was in a good position and entirely unmoved by those claims. And suddenly, Nobbs here playing it forward. Is Daly onside? No. Big moment there. Did look like it was a fraction late. The pass, I mean, not the flag. Yeah, good decision. That all came from Manchester City looking positive on the attack, and Bunny Shaw complaining about the lack of free kick awarded. Villa look like they've got that in them here. That was worth going for, and a fair ball. Hemp scurrying in on Anna Leet. We're into the final minute of stoppage time. Now, if they can move it quickly again here, Villa, they might be in business. Daly's got to get onside. Here's Dali, and still looking for Rachel Daly when maybe the simpler pass was on. Well, definitely the simpler pass was on. Decided against it. Hemp's got it. It's a stretched end to a good first half here. Blinkilde. Staniforth forward. Daly is going to keep that in. And only she was really going to be able to be in the middle. I think that bounce just took it over the white line anyway. But she'll be happy, not just with the scoreline, but with the fact that her team looked dangerous. And with the fact that they responded so well. Her opening goal, Deyna Castellanos, was wonderful. Lovely City move, and they were able to enjoy the advantage for about 2.5 minutes until a far scrappier affair at the other end brought Villa level. Kirsty Hanson looping it in, a couple of big deflections helping. Decent game this, and an even one. At half-time it's Manchester City 1, Aston Villa 1. Cracker.
Daly hustling here, and she's managed to win it back as well. This is Alicia Lehmann bearing down on goal. Lehmann! 1-0 Aston Villa. Alicia Lehmann midway through the first half. She only scored twice in the WSL last season. Well, she's got one in the opening game of this. City architects of their own downfall. Leia Alexandri on debut, dispossessed by Daly, and Lehmann did the rest. Able to get it clear here. That's Rachel Daly. What a goal on debut for Daly. And Villa have doubled their lead here. 2 goals in 10 minutes for them. A swish of the boot from Daly. It's 2-0. Morgan. To 1 minute of stoppage time we go at the end of the half. City haven't played well at all. Here's Coombs though. Oh, Hampton's lost it. It's in. Big moment in the game potentially. Laura Coombs gets City back into it on the stroke of half-time. Good play from Shaw, but the goalkeeper should be keeping this out. Kelly's going to deliver. From deep toward Horton, nodded it back for Shaw. City back level, and it hasn't taken long. 8 minutes after the restart. And Khadija Bunny Shaw has her first of the season. Good play from Horton. City have got the bit between their teeth now, and Chloe will be able to get on the end of this. Chloe Kelly, good ball in. He's come for Coombs. City lead. What a turnaround. They've scored twice in 2 minutes here. Laura Coombs has got her second of the match. And the visitors have turned this game on its head. Lovely first touch, and how about the finish? We've seen some exceptional goals in this game, and there's another. City still insistent on playing out from the back. Oh, Horton's misplaced that, though. It's gone straight to Kenza Dali. She can have a go from range. Deflected in! 3-3. A debut goal for Kenza Dali. Flicked off Alex Greenwood. And totally wrong-footed Ellie Roebuck. And Villa are back level. Raining goals at Villa Park. Daly, not content to sit back and protect the point, it would seem, the home side. Here's Dali again. And now Hanson. Roebuck's lost it. Daly's turned it in. 4-3. 2 on debut for Rachel Daly. And Villa have their lead back. 14 minutes of the 90 to go. It's 4-3. An extraordinary game.
Well, welcome back, and we have changes, plenty of them here, in fact, at the Academy Stadium. Dan Turner seems to have gone off for Aston Villa. We're going to see Rachel Daly, who's back fit, taking her place. Kasparai there is on for Esme Morgan at right back for Manchester City, and Alicia Lehmann is coming on as well for Villa. So 1-1 in goals, 2-1 in changes at half-time. That will more than likely be a straight swap at right back, so it's Kennedy that should be playing next to. There is Alicia Lehmann. Perhaps no surprise. Maybe it was just a check on the concussion for Dan Turner. Daly on and taking the armband. So, all square, good game. Chances at both ends by the end of that first half, and an increasing feeling that City could get their fingers burnt playing out from the back or over-committing going forward. I think Carla Ward will be more than happy with what she's seen so far. Well, I would also suspect one change out of choice and one out of necessity, and yet instantly here, Mas Pacheco down. As they confirm the changes that just have happened at half-time, we might even need another here. Kasparai, the Dutch fullback, just being confirmed as on at right back. But what's happened here? Was that a swinging arm from Chloe Kelly, or a run into the shoulder just there? Maybe back of the hand. Alicia Lehmann has indeed gone straight into the Blinkilde position on the right side of the attack. Scored. Only goal this season, Alicia Lehmann in. The 4-3 cracker between these two. A bit of a gift it was too. Decent finish, but City guilty of overplaying. It was Laia Alexandri actually on debut for Manchester City who was dispossessed. And Lehmann scoring, and she's got 45 here, and Daly, of course, going in at the back here, taking the exact same spot vacated by Dan Turner. Can only presume feeling a little bit dizzy. Hanson here, good strength, excellent working back too from Hemp. So Patton has a new partner back there. It's a decent ball from Patton as well. It's not going to drop here for Hanson. Quite sure what that was from Kasparai. That's an odd clearance, and Lehmann here will beat Leila Wahabi to it. Deep cross. Poor cross, really. Yet another ex-West Ham United player on show now. Lee. And then Roebuck rather, and forward here for Laura Coombs. Not felt being able to get a real stamp on midfield in there, Coombs and Asagawa. they'd expect to have a little more control. Got defending to do here. And it's an overhit cross this time. Another moment that reminds you that this is a very different game this season from a very different match-up between these clubs and to what it's been in previous years. Villa playing catch-up in a sense as a WSL side, and they have definitely narrowed the gap, especially with the signings of players like Rachel Daly, that's for sure. Dali. Hanson, did she stay on side? She did not. It's absolutely the right idea, though. Good call, spot on. Neatly done that by Castellanos. Now Chloe Kelly tucks it back. Dangerous ball as well. Did really well to get anything in there, and that was a searching low grubber and a really awkward one to deal with. They did just Villa deal with it. Daly having the shot. Now Jordan Nobbs. Lehman making the run. It made a bit of space, that, for the cross. It's going to drop here for Hanson. Could have hit it first time. Clips it second time off the post, with Ellie Roebuck watching and hoping. Prayers answered. She was nowhere near that. Rather statuesque defending that from Manchester City. Just watching as Villa's players found the ball at their feet. Hanson didn't even have to do anything with any great energy either. If anything, it was a little ponderous. She still had time. Meanwhile, at the other end, Chloe Kelly. And still, and this is Shaw trying to make room for the shot. Out by Maz Pacheco. Kasparai. Kelly again. And the swivel. And off target from Deyna Castellanos. This is the Hanson moment at the other end. Just fell to her. Didn't really get hold of it. Didn't matter. Still nearly 2-1, wasn't it? Couldn't have been closer. And that could have easily dropped to Daly. That close, Carla Ward. Imagine doubling Manchester City, especially when your club's been beaten 5 and 7-0 in the last couple. Not that Carla Ward was in charge for one of those. Greenwood. The chase is on. There's no flag here. Nobbs in the middle. Daly can't find her. City flooding back now, and Greenwood does her job very well against her England colleague. Staniforth trying to wriggle through a triangle of Man City players. Good luck with that. Bunny Shaw bringing it away. The break is on. Kelly wants it and gets it. Kennedy. Big switch, and Hemp will get there. Shaw in the middle. Castellanos arriving. This is Chloe Kelly. It's a very tight angle. And it's a crowded box, and she fires it in at Bunny Shaw, who made every effort to get there. Unfortunately for her, so did Anna Patton. That's well defended. Smashed in there. Well attacked by both centre forward and centre back. Maybe the presence of the latter enough to put off the former. It's certainly her touch. Nicely worked into midfield. Now Dali. Coombs with the foul, Villa with the free kick. I think this place is a little bit nervous. Brilliant 12-game run since mid-September, towards the latter end of that month. Only game Man City haven't won was a draw with Manchester United. And Villa about to do something similar here, or maybe even better. Staniforth too far in front of Jordan Nobbs, that pass. Jordan Nobbs' only goal this season, funnily enough, was in a Arsenal win at Aston Villa last month, before swapping. Greenwood on Daly. Another Villa free kick. There's a lull in the atmosphere here. Manchester City fans, apart from not being perhaps overly impressed, might even be a little worried here that Villa might not just take merely 1 point. Reasonably high line on that D. Raymond got a bit of it, just trying to help it on with an improvised flick, really. Needed a bit more juice on that ball in, I think. Turn from Kelly to Checo, dealing with it, not appearing to show any issues from that earlier bang in the face for Checo. Plenty of WSL experience for one still relatively young, played at Reading, Donny, Liverpool. And most recently before coming to Villa, West Ham. Staniforth always there to take it from the even more defensively minded players. She's often ended up being last one back, the one that sprays the passes. This one finds Pacheco. Here's Corsi. Look at that from Dali. There didn't seem to be anywhere to go. It's that kind of drive that has made her a big hit already since joining the club. She's turned defence into attack here, and she's found Kirsty Hanson. And Hanson takes on Kennedy. That's a very good tackle from Kasparai. Still only 22, already got plenty of caps for the Dutch. Title winner in both of her seasons with FC Twente in the Netherlands. And that was a very calm bit of defending. She made that look a whole lot easier than it actually was, because that was dangerous, very. Good ball. No flag here on Lehmann. And the cutback is on for Jordan Nobbs. Couldn't keep it down. That's a real moment of promise. Decent chance that for her first Aston Villa goal. And I think with an hour played, Gareth Taylor's seen enough here. Aston Villa look every bit as likely to get the next goal in this game as City do. And the City boss is making further alterations here. Deyna Castellanos is coming off. Not going to be able to be the match winner now. It was a lovely goal though. Philippa Angadal, who's just scored again in the cup, the Swede, is going to replace her. Straight on in a similar position really there. Furthest forward central midfielder, if you like. Play with Hasegawa and Coombs, with what was Castellanos and now Angeldal as a, guess a number 10, or at least an advanced member of the midfield trio anyway. So last gasp midweek cup winner for Angeldal. Midweek, third cup goal of the season. Doesn't get to start league games. That's the truth of it. But he's got a big half hour here and needs to try and help make a difference. Here is Angadal. Here is Chloe Kelly. As well done is the cry. That was Carla Ward. Another comes to nothing. It's half an hour to play here. Corsi. Flick by Hanson, well read by Kennedy, and a good first-time ball as well to find Laura Coombs. Hemp has actually come in field to try and get on the ball. You think how little you've seen of Lauren Hemp in relative terms. for someone who is so involved usually, certainly in this second half. That's a pat on the back for how Aston Villa have been organised, I think. Greenwood there looking for options and putting her hands out as if to say, where are you? No one really offering. Coombs coming short. Well, it's retention of the ball, but it's not a lot else, is it? Villa have seen the way to play this game. Not really been squeezing much. Let them have it up to a certain point and then go if you can on the break. It's working. Hasegawa. Into Angadal. Hassled by Kenza Dali. In these last 10 minutes or so, City have had tons of the ball. They've done next to nothing with it. Emphasis on City as the favourite, as the home side, as the club with the clout. Kelly got the better of Pacheco. Bunny Shaw to her right. Chloe Kelly. It's a little bit over here. Shaw will get there though, and there's 3 in the box and more arriving now. Bunny Shaw goes deep. Hemp. Tight angle. Well defended. It's Patton on the slide again. Chloe Kelly delivers. Solid header from Rachel Daly. There's Corsi. Spent many years in the States, playing at an excellent level. Rachel Corsi, the Scot. Nobbs. Disappointing pass that from Jordan Nobbs. It's easier than that. Flag up here. You can see Rachel Daly and how frustrated she is with that. It's definitely off. It's another good decision. In fairness, I'm not sure the pass could have come any earlier to her. She's flown to 9 league goals, Rachel Daly, thanks to this excellent start. A couple against Man City on the opening day, but only 2 players have done it quicker in their opening 10 matches, or rather got more goals. Beth Mead, once upon a time for Sunderland, 11 in her first 10. Rachel Williams at Birmingham, 12. But, Daly with 9 in her first 10. An instant hit. Maybe she's still got time to make an impact here. Oh, here's Lehmann. Couldn't stretch far enough. Angeldal keeps it moving. Well, there you go, they have really been bossing the ball. It's not as if Annalise has had anything to do yet. Maybe that moment is coming now. Angeldal, nope. Easily cleared. Still look dangerous on the break, don't they? Greenwood going with Daly. Following her all the way. Good fun to watch those two up against one another. Lehmann. Pacheco. Dali. Lone Villa chanter, making himself heard. Pacheco forced towards the corner flag. Off Hemp, it was a corner. Well, it looked like it. Lauren Hemp was far closer and didn't think so. Referee did, though. Into the final 20. Maybe not, actually. Maybe that toe does come out. From Pacheco. Hemp had a point. Anyway, it's been given. Sunny box, that's for sure. A solid header. Kennedy did well there. It's Staniforth who took that corner. Now Lehmann. Poor clearance. Lehmann again. Outside of the boot rather than the insider. Maybe a little rush of blood there. Going to be a statement signing for Aston Villa, Alicia Lehmann. Goals didn't really flow. They haven't yet. Hayley Razzo coming on here. Straight swap on the right side of the City attack for Chloe Kelly. Like Kelly, a right-sided forward who can make things happen. Couple of goals in the cup and a 2-1 winner against Liverpool in October as well. Her only league goal this term, Hayley Razzo, but every bit as likely to make as to score herself. Meanwhile, Lehmann at the other end, and it's going to drop here for Dali, who has absolutely hammered that. Bang on target as well. A rare stop for Roebuck, but an important one. Dali again. Now Staniforth from even further out, but rather further off. Debut goal against Man City in September, Kenza Dali. This would have been quite a doubling up of that. Good, clean strike, but well seen and well beaten away. Ellie Roebuck. You continue to feel Villa are as likely to get the next goal in this game as their hosts, and that wouldn't have been necessarily the pre-match thoughts here. More shots from City, as you can see, and proportionately the total on target is ever so slightly more. Mailing via a deflection. Harvey into Kennedy, and then Angeldal made a bit of a mess of that. Be a good time for her first WSL goal. Philippa Angeldal, just cups last season, cups this season. Good ball into space, and Lehman's going to get there, but Lehman was offside, I'm afraid. I'm not sure that call, after so many being so good today, was necessarily correct. It's a moment of real promise for Carla Ward's side. It looked like Layla Wahhabi far side might well have been playing her on, actually. But anyway, it was given. On we go. 7th time Aston Villa have been offside. And there you have it. Manchester City, none. Tells the story of the team on the counter and the team trying to play possession. Pacheco just got twisted. Here's Bunny Shaw. Corsi going with her. Shaw is strong and still going. Goodness me, she bulldozed through there. Not until the ball was in the gloves of Anna Lee could Villa breathe easy. Rachel Corsi in a real scrap here, and she lost that scrap. That's well played by Nobbs. Brilliant. Answer for Lehman. Too far, but she will keep it in. Hemp. See, even she, and this is a rare thing to say, has not been at it today. Struggling to think of a time when it's had less impact on a game. Most unusual. A simple pass like that going astray. We've got maybe 16 or 17 minutes left here. 13 plus add-ons. Villa, at the moment, en route to a good point. Could yet be none, and could yet be all three, but Manchester City will have a corner here. They've not yet got Ellie Roebuck into the game. A fabulous impact as a sub in this fixture last season. Ellie Roebuck came off the bench, made a goal and scored 2. It was 5-0. It was a very different looking Aston Villa side. Daly's header. Here is Hayley Roebuck. Might be her first touches since coming on, actually. Very nearly, yeah. Teed up a Villa counter with a sloppy pass. Hemp still unable to make something happen. It's a teasing ball in behind. Jordan Nobbs onside, going for glory. Finding the hoardings instead. Nobbs again, trying to chip it forward. They're asking for handball there. They'll have to settle for the throw, Villa. Are they going to draw a match? None yet this season. 8 wins, 6 losses, nothing in between. The all or nothing. Might be about to change narrative. Into the final 10 of normal time. Not the first time Ryan Hemp has been left dumbstruck by an official's decision. Staniforth, one good ball, and there could be a real story on here. And it is a good ball. Kennedy got a head on it. Hemp able to clear. Now, Hasegawa, an unlikely leader of the counter-attacking charge, and there are plenty else coming up too. Good-looking ball, that. Razzo. Deflection. Corner. It's been Villa doing the countering in this second half, and happy to do so. The set pieces they have, obviously, bring that potential for Manchester City. Looked like it was heading on target, the initial shot that from the Australian. Alex Greenwood, as is often the case, on corner duty. Hemp, 3 in the middle. She's looking for them. She's found Shaw. Momentarily she had. Yeah, for Engdahl might have been the ball there. Greenwood keeps the attack, if you can call it that, alive. Certainly keeps possession. Hemp still got time to be the telling factor here. Mailing sticking with her in as much as she could, but it didn't last. And Hemp will let that one run for the corner, earned entirely by her. It's gone over everybody. Shaw will collect. The box remains crowded as Shaw clips it on the slice. Danger averted for now. I think an inescapable feeling for him and his team is that they could have been a little bit more aggressive. Front foot attack in this game. I think that has to come from him and then them, or from then and cheered on by him. Maybe a bit of both, but it's not really happened. As it stands, Villa on course for 4 points out of 6 against Man City, and City on course for 1 point out of 6 against Villa. Dali, cut out, forward by Kasparai, and now Angeldal. Hasegawa keeps it moving. Here's Leila Wahabi. Well into the final 5 minutes of normal time here as Hemp goes on the charge through the middle. Razzo's ball in. It's well defended, but there's plenty of pale blue still forward here. Safety first, perhaps, from Kasparai. Kennedy switches it. Hemp, good foot in. Kirsty Hanson helping to protect the lead, or rather the point, should I say, that she gave her side. Final moments here. More changes coming, more on those in a second. Here's Jordan Nobbs. Had a couple of half chances, really, nothing more than that to get things moving in this second half in terms of another Villa goal, but difficult shots, really. Marisha Littlejohn, that was. Have young Olivia McLaughlin on the bench, and Emily Gilnick, who's really not worked out so far as a signing, the Aussie forward. Only other options, really. Tiny bench for Carla Ward. But Littlejohn, like Corsi, back involved today, having not been of late. Here's the ball. Shaw. Coombs lays it back. Hasegawa. Big deflection. This is Razzo. And Shaw. Oh, what a block that is. Real pressure from City here. When she pulls that leg back, you're thinking goal. And what did that hit? Hasegawa claiming penalty. Corsi, I think it was with the right arm. Best just to make out like that didn't happen, I think. And she's done that very well. Feels like there's just a little more urgency about City now, but there's 90 seconds left. before Castellanos can restart, we are going to see Rachel Littlejohn. There she is, to replace Jordan Nobbs. Bit of extra legs in the middle, a little bit of time killing, if not wasting, or at least momentum killing. Second season, Rachel Littlejohn replacing the very newly arrived Jordan Nobbs. I think you'd say slightly a game of two halves this. First half had plenty in it. Second rather less so. Still have a further twist though right at the end. We're about to find out how much stoppage time there is. Castellanos, Shaw just slipped. I don't think she'd have got on the end of that anyway. Three minutes minimum. Corsi here under pressure. That pressure has worked, not so much on Corsi, but the clearance went straight to Hasegawa. Agadal told to get up. Referee had a good view of that. Kennedy allowed to come and come. Drilled it, and has pretty well controlled that from Castellanos. Look at the black shirts back. That one will be given though. Alicia Lehman conceding with 91 on the clock and a chance for quality. Can Man City deliver something devilish into that Villa box? How many will they commit forward for it? Might there be a counter for Villa if it doesn't go right? Perhaps Alex Greenwood has the answers. I'm not sure that he could honestly say that his team have deserved to win this. Doesn't mean they won't. Look for the rebounds. In it comes from Greenwood. And it's fallen here for Bunny Shaw. The angle was tight. The save was important. City have a corner with a minute of stoppage time to go. Annalise would always be favourite when the ball is near the byline there, but she had to be there and was. Really don't feel that would have been just desserts for Aston Villa, who've been good here today. Would have been crushing to lose in this fashion. Leak got enough in there. They want another corner here, City. They're not going to get it. Well, here are the full-time numbers. 17 shots makes you think that Man City were really banging hard on the door. I'm not sure that's exactly true. Only 5 on target. Villa created just as many problems, really, and had almost as much of the football. Let's take a closer look at... Did seem to be an upping of the urgency from City, and they put more players in the box, certainly here. Now look at this from Hasegawa. It's Corsi turning her back. I think it probably did hit her arm. And Bunny Shaw with the effort also charged down. There's hitting an arm, and there's arm going out to ball. I'm not sure that was that. Wasn't given anyway. And then right near the end here, in stoppage time, Bunny Shaw again. Tight angle again. And Annalise in the way again. Job done by the Kiwi keeper, and job done by Villa in general. Good point. Spence again, 4 points out of 6 against them this season. City lose ground probably, you would think, over the course of this weekend, this being the head start match. They've only taken a point from it, so the only real winners are Manchester United and Arsenal and Chelsea at the top. To some extent, Aston Villa, who will see it as a point gained. 2 dropped. Manchester City 1, Aston Villa 1.